Hello. Today on Monday's Talk, we're answering the question, is there hope for our future world? The answer is absolutely. Today in our world, we have many protests, we have wars, we have potential wars as well. We have, oh man, political wars. We have so many different things that are added to our normal life that sometimes some people may feel like it's just a war each day to survive through the normal pressures of life and the responsibilities that go with it. So, since we always deal with this from a practical and spiritual standpoint, we're not going to get political or any of that stuff on here. But the thing is that when we look at our world, we see so many different things, even with people who even promise to commit violent acts if they don't get what they want. Um, on both sides of a fence, right? You have people who want what they want, right? And then you have people who protest for what they want. You have many different scenarios playing out, and some people get destructive. And I could tell you, from coming from the street gangs where there's nothing but destruction, it only equals more destruction, just as a note. It doesn't ever solve anything. So just for you to know. But thing is that we're dealing with this from a practical and spiritual standpoint. And so we're actually coming from the book of Job, which is an Old Testament book, and it's actually spelled like Job, J-O-B, right? For those who don't know. But Job chapter 33, and this is verse 4, where it says, the Spirit of God has made me, and the breath of the Almighty has given me life. So to look into the lens of our world, we know that Job is talking about God, right? We know everybody doesn't pursue that path. But the thing is that Job is pursuing something that brings him hope and brings him life. Life is not just the organic beings of being a human or anything like that, and just insects and everything that has life and form to it, right? No, it's more than that. Life actually is in words. Life actually is in thoughts. Life is actually in feelings, emotions, right? Life is in an environment. It charges an atmosphere. And Job was one who had a war that went on in every area of his life: spiritual, mental, emotional, physical, financial. He got hit with everything, and he lost everything except the ones who actually made his life more miserable, to actually pursue a path that would draw him away from his hope, that would cause him to curse his hope. But in the end, Job was rewarded double for all of his anguish and suffering that he dealt with. But he had to go through a process like a valley, right? Which was like not a physical valley, but the valley of life, where it seemed like there is no positive end to this. And it's like it's going to be destructive for me. It's going to end not good. Well, here's the thing. Job made it through it, but he came to a point where he had to call out to his hope. He had to remind himself of where his hope came from. He had to remind himself of where his peace came from. And he had to focus on that. And in this case, God actually responded to him and revealed a whole nother side of himself to Job, a side he'd never known, to the extent where Job is like, I've heard of you, but now I know. So, it's the same thing. Yes, the word hope is something you know about, but for you to actually experience it, you have to speak it. You have to pursue it. You have to go in the things that bring life. And this is what Job pursued in verse 4. He said that he realized that the Almighty gives him life, that the Almighty gives him strength, gives him peace, gives him joy. And it's a reminder of the mentality of what we need to have hope for our future, because our future is only full of hope when we pursue the hope instead of the negative, right? And, just from a practical and spiritual standpoint, obviously we know that, like even Christians, we believe in God, right? We pursue God for our hope. But what about those who don't pursue that path? Well, for you, it's just the same. You pursue something that may be external of yourself, but is an existence of hope, of life, of peace. And even if you go through the situation like Job, where you feel like on every side you're losing and you're being attacked, you dig deep down, look for that hope. And even if that means you can't find the hope in you, you have to go outside, find positive friends, find positive family, find positive people to be around, positive environments that speak life, that speaks health and strength to you, where you don't feel anxiety being invested, where you're not getting stirred up with anger and wrath and violence and all these other things that only produce more of the same of what it does. Whatever you do, you produce the same of it. So if you invest seeds of hope, of peace, of righteousness, of good deeds, you reap the same. And obviously it works on the opposite side. So this was your Monday's talk. If there's anything you ever want to hear or see addressed from a practical and spiritual standpoint, let me know and we'll do what we do to address it. All right, till next time.